Yeah, this is a message to all the young black men out there. I'm currently 22, about to be 23, but I'll tell you something. 3 years went by in a flash for me. And in those 3 years, I've been running in circles, complete circles, with a setup that was amazing and a vision that was surely attainable. And for the sin of running in circles, I find myself, in a fucked up situation just because I thought shit was cool. This life is treacherous, far more treacherous than you think, far more treacherous than your parents will tell you, even, I would say. Shit, it might even be your parents that fuck you over without even realizing it. Like, I don't know. You know? What I will say is this, if you actually want to make something of yourself and have a future, actually have something to be proud of, first you have to not see yourself as a loser or a victim. You can't see yourself as a vic. And you're listening to the way I talk, but you know I'm black. I'm just mixed. You know. I guess I sound different. Plus, I'm actually educated. Like, I grew up in a household where slang wasn't really tolerated, so that's why I talk the way I talk. Never, you know, I picked up slang or whatever, but you know that's besides the point. Or maybe it's a part of the point. You know, I picked up slang just to fit in. Fuck fitting in. I say stay to yourself, if anything. You know, but I don't know. I just want to go over a few tenets for the people who actually want to have something of their own, want to have consistency and discipline. I still haven't mastered it yet, but I know it's essential. Mike Tyson said that without discipline we're nothing. That might be the truest thing ever stated, because otherwise you'll find yourself running in circles of mediocrity and confusion and ultimately pain and regret and shame of all the time you've wasted running in circles, only to end up worse off than you were before you started that cycle. Here are the tenets. Here are the rules I found. So write them down. It's damn near a religion, you know. All in acronyms. KIS. Keep it simple. That just goes for life in general. The more we make things complex, the more confusing things get. I'm anti-confusion. Like, anything that's confusing, you either make it not confusing or leave it the fuck alone. Alright? You can't stand for it, because confusion breeds a lot of negative things that weighs on the psyche without us even realizing it. It'll fuck you over in the long run. You know, save yourself, your own soul. Disregard most people, you know, because most people don't give a fuck about you anyway, so they can pretty much say anything to you. Always keep that in mind. Benefit your own, you know, self, like, before anything else. That sounds selfish to those of us, including me, who are givers instead of takers. You know, we don't expect shit from people, but we give anyway. Like, we give out of, you know, whether it be love or validation or, you know, to fit in, whatever. It's all bullshit. You need reciprocity for you to actually respect yourself. Otherwise, you're just being used, or you're just allowing yourself to being used, which is even worse. Keep your cards close to your chest. Like, don't really relate to people unless you can trust them. I don't really trust too many people in this world. I trust very few people, and even those people I don't fully trust. So, you know, there's that as well. Only because people will use your honesty against you. if you're completely vulnerable, you're bound to get your heart stabbed. And that's why you keep people at distance as well, even if you do love them. You don't always open up completely, especially especially as a man. If you have a lover and you open up completely to her, like completely, that they won't respect you. They look toward you as the rock. I don't give a fuck what modernity says. It's all a bunch of confusion. It fucks up everything. You have to be the rock. What does that mean? That means being composed. That means having your own life. That means making your own money, making your own decisions, being decisive, meaning that if you say something, then you do it, and that's it. Like, being punctual about said decision or move, all of it. And also keeping your fucking word. Let me tell you, that is the most important thing in maintaining respect for yourself and also relationships. If you can't keep your word with yourself, if you say you're going to do something and you say, oh, I don't feel like doing it, you're low-key a bitch. And that shit's only going to get worse, and then you'll realize the results of your actions later. I don't want that for anybody. I don't want that for anybody. I see life. There's an analogy I like to use. There's the captain, the ship, and the sea. The sea representing life. The captain being us, and the ship being our lives that we've built, It's solely on us and no one else. And I'm talking for, like the 16 and up young men. I said black young men, but this can apply to all men. I just say black because, we got a lot of bullshit, like nigga nonsense and bullshit around us constantly from our own people, our own families, and, it's a fucking, the hood's a drowning pool, guys, or whoever the fuck is listening to this. It's a drowning pool. Everyone's broke. Everyone's pretending that shit's cool. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's either smoking or drinking, which is fun when you're young. I don't know. It's truly just a numbing effect. There's no real joy in it. The reason why you feel good is because you don't think about the problems that need fixing, really. And that's a problem. Because they only compound when we let problems sit. And also when you let problems sit, you just run in circles. You don't actually fix anything. You just kind of keep running around doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different outcome. It's insanity. It's insanity. But back to the analogy. Yes, we are the captain. Well, what does that mean? That means we're in complete control of the ship. We're not in control of the sea. We can't control if the sea is choppy. If there's a thunderstorm or if it's smooth sailing. We can't control any of that shit at all. But we can control our ship and how we steer it and what it's going to be made of, the material, the armaments, the size of it, the speed of it, everything. No one else. Not your fucking parents, not your peers, nobody. Nobody. Once you're 16, you'll start to realize this shit. Your parents are going to get on your ass, and you got to listen to them because you live with them, and you should have respect for your elders because they have gone through way more than you have at your age, and they do have advice. I don't know if they're, I don't know your parents, maybe they're assholes too, like truly. Maybe they've instilled fear in you or something, so you don't even trust them really. Like, I have no idea, right? You could probably word things differently if you want to ask them a coded question. Not like a friend of mine, don't do that. Be like, just do it, like, word it totally differently. And see what they say. Maybe you can apply it, But yeah, captain, the ship in the sea. That's the perfect metaphor for life, in my opinion. Because we are truly alone. I mean, nobody else helps us with our lives except for us. Like we, especially as men. Men are expected to carry the burden. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Anything else, I personally believe is bullshit. Like, I think it's just some modern confusion. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, try not to complain either. Just try to fix the problem. If you're gonna complain once, because you don't want to run in circles mentally. And your words matter. Your thoughts, words, and actions. Actions being the most important part. And they're all connected. Trust and believe it. It's psychological. They're all connected. The thought, in turn, produces the action, right? So if your thoughts are about, like, if you think about killing somebody enough, eventually it's going to make enough sense for you to do it. You know, that's an extreme example, but, you know, it happens. Like, you know, a lot of shit's premeditated before it actually happens. So a lot of shit's impulsive. See, but regardless of whether or not it's meditative or impulsive, it leads to that said action. Now, I'm not a happy person. I never really have been, or at least not for a while. You know, last time I was happy was with my girl. She left me for good reason. You know, I was going fucking crazy. I did not maintain myself well at all. And I know how to maintain myself now, but I didn't really give a fuck then. And that leads into what? Yeah. My bad. Let me go over the no complaining part. The reason why it's so important is because A, it makes you look weak, and B, you pretty much reinforce your own weakness. You don't want to be a bitch. Like, you really don't. You don't want to feel weak all the time, or like you're not going to make it, or whatever. Every thought, word, and action must line up with your vision. No bullshit. Anything that deviates from that is a distraction. Like, anything. I say fuck hanging out. Again, you know, be to yourself. Because when you're 16, you don't know who the fuck you are truly. But I will tell you this, the child that you were, I don't know, I was a mature child. If you're that, I can't speak for anybody, but that might very well be you, and you might be trying to change into something different. You don't have to be something different. You can be yourself and add on, or cut off. You understand what I'm saying? But I think we truly are ourselves at all times. It's just we choose to either add on or take off certain things to, you know, certain things to our ship, so to speak. You know what I mean? We'll always be the captain, but how our ship functions and looks, like, that is on us, right? We're forever the captain, even when we feel like we're not. People say, oh, I lost control. You never lose control. You know, your ship is just fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you made it so your ship degraded or improved. All right, I did preventive maintenance, making like $1,000 a week for 3 years, 50K a year, you know, and then 60K a year toward the end, you know, with overtime and shit, working like 50, 60-hour work weeks. You know, it was fucking amazing. Like, it was the first time I made real dough, and me being as smart as I am, you would think that I would manage it well. I did not at all. Right? Peer pressure is a thing, and that's why I say fuck hanging out. But speaking on money, the next thing would be, I recommend all those who are listening to this to read, what's it called? Babylon, The Merchant of Babylon. I forget. Is it The Merchant of Babylon? Fuck. Look up Son of Akkad, Merchant of Babylon, or something. Like, it'll pop up somewhere. But anyway, once you get money, I don't give a fuck if it's cash or a paycheck. you need to pay yourself. Like, you're not getting paid. You're being handed a sum of money in which you have to prioritize, in which you're going to pay for bills, right? Like necessities. And, you know, all that. First, you need to pay yourself before anything. What does that mean? That means you need to take a certain percentage of said income, whatever it is, no matter what it is, and stash it. See, I personally prefer, if it's a check, for it to be 25% into savings, 25% into a stock. I prefer dividend stocks because they give you a return every 3 months, I believe. They give you a return quarterly. My stock of choice right now is Altria because people still smoke cigarettes and they're high yielding. And 50% to my pocket. Like that's just me, right? Because out of the pocket, I try to pay for the necessities and try to live a frugal life now, especially since I fucked up my dough. I'll get into that too. I won't get too much into it, but I'll get into it enough for you to get the idea. Alright, so I don't think anyone truly has friends. Like, I mean, yeah, they do, but it's very rare. Okay, let me rephrase that. Having true friends is extremely fucking rare. Like, it's in the single digits when it comes to percentages. Like, at most you probably have a 10% chance of having a genuine friend. Alright, I haven't even been a genuine friend to the people I consider friends, like, and I'm only realizing that shit now, so I fucked up too. So just be wary of people. Don't give them the tools to fuck you over. And also, you teach people how to treat you. So if you come off as incompetent and goofy and silly and shit, they're gonna treat you just that way. If you come off to them as like an adoring fan, they're gonna treat you, you know, like that. They're gonna treat you like somebody who's just like there for their adoration or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Just be careful with how you treat people. I would say come across as more serious than not, you know. Damn, I'm rambling a lot, but it's okay. It is an important message, so I want everybody to listen. Yeah, peers. They're gonna get you to do shit. Anything involving 12. Like, if you're hanging out and shit in the hood, like just on the block, drinking and shit, that shit's retarded. Like, smoking and drinking, that shit's low-key retarded. Like, first of all, you don't know those people. Those niggas can be looking at you like food. They probably are. You know what I mean? That's a quick way to get fucked up. I got a lot of dead people in my life because, you know, they thought shit was cool when it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? So don't be that. I don't give a fuck how cool it is. Like, you can do it, but just know that you don't know who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't involve yourself with people you don't know in a place that you don't know either. Like, that shit's kind of retarded. It's normal where I'm from with, you know, my peers, or, you know, if I can even, yeah, I guess they're peers, you know, but that shit's not cool. It's, you know, what are you doing, you know? Yeah, when it comes to vices, I say leave them all. Like, fuck vice, actually. Like, you can try whatever you want. I'm just saying it's to your detriment. Like, it obviously affects your health and your pockets, but I genuinely believe that it will eat your soul over time. See, I picked up a lot of shit since I was 16 years old. Like, I started smoking cigarettes and weed and drinking at 16. And, you know, it's just no good at all. Like, you know, you just gain habits. Habits, like, it's whatever, but they'll fuck you over. They'll fuck up your pockets. If you go too hard, it'll fuck up your mind, and you might very well just get into some legal trouble. Depends on what you're fucking with, you know, and where you're at as well. Like, you gotta be really careful with that. And that's putting it lightly. I mean, you could lose your livelihood, your life, And I know the 16-year-olds like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no, dude, you don't know hell. Hell is running in circles, getting nowhere, and living in shame and regret and pain every day, thinking about the past. I wouldn't wish this upon anybody. Fuck, but I never cared about myself. And, you know, young men out there, you might not care too much about or think too much of yourself either, but I truly do believe you can make something of yourself. I was making something of myself and still felt like a fucking loser because I was programmed to feel that way for a while, whether intentional or not, you know. But that's on me. That's on me. See, because once you turn 16, I'd say like 16, maybe 18, you know, whatever. 16, 17, 18, around there, you truly do become the captain. Alright, it's all on you. No one else is gonna help you at all. Like, sure as fuck don't expect it. Okay? I never thought this way until I wanted to fit in. Like, thinking people were actually allied with me or on my side. Nobody is, bro. And that's the truth. Not even your fucking parents. Nobody. If anything, the people you think that are on your side might just judge you or snake you or just talk behind your back and then smile in your face. That's the truth. You know? Like, it's just human nature, I guess, or something. I don't understand people a lot of the time. But I do understand that now, truly. Now, and also avoid, pretty much duck vice. Like, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go crazy, I say one and done whatever you're doing. But to gain a habit like that, I don't know. I'm in a different situation. I got a lot of guilt and shame over that. Do what you want to do, just know the consequences of it. That goes for every action. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Just know the potential consequences of it. And be like, am I really okay with this happening? I don't give a fuck how much you hate yourself. Assume nobody gives a fuck about you, because it might be true. Like, there's a very high chance it might very well be true, even though people say they do. Alright, so you're on your own. Like, it's your sole responsibility to take care of yourself in every aspect. Meaning, bro, like, eat every day. Like, you know, take care of your health, your hygiene, your mental, you know, especially your pockets. Like, everything concerning you, keep it organized, consistent, and fucking, like you literally organize your spaces. You shouldn't be rambling for shit when you wake up in the morning. You gotta go to work or school or whatever. Like, you're already fucking up. You just fucked up starting out the day. You know what that does to your subconscious? It makes you feel like a loser, you know, right off the rip, without you even realizing it. And then you wonder why you feel so fucking bad. You know? Now you can go to the gym. I've been trying to go to the gym. Like, it does help you think clear. It does help you think clear. You know, eating healthier too. Like, avoid eating fast food all the time if you can help it. Avoid, you know, eat protein and vegetables and fruit. Make sure that with every meal you have some vegetables with it. You know, start there. You know, just simple shit. But yeah, going into my situation, 3 years ago, making $1,000 a week, $50K a year, $60,000 a year, running in circles. What does that mean? That means going from, let me tell you, working all week, 50, 60 hours of work, right? Hard work too, climbing rooftops, in snowstorms, rainstorms, fucking, you know, changing out belts, changing out air filters, doing coil cleanings. What else? You know, just simple shit. PM work is very basic. I recommend to anybody who doesn't know what they want to do. And go, look up HVAC work, preventive maintenance work, shit like that. You'll be making some real fucking dough, especially if you get a nice crew that aren't assholes. Don't be afraid of that either. Fuck them. It's about money. If they want to bitch and moan, that's another thing too. Remain unbothered. Like, composure is key to masculinity. From what I understand, you have to keep your composure. Otherwise, you're low-key a bitch. Like, you'll jump and be riled up by everyone and anything. That's what I was running into. And I became an alcoholic very quickly. Not very quickly, but it was to such an extreme because I had so much more money. So I bought even more liquor, right? And a bunch of other shit too, but I'm not going to get into it. Right? Yeah, that shit still kills me. Hurts my fucking soul. Don't be like me. That's if you take anything from this, be nothing like me. Don't hang out all the fucking time. You can hang out with people you're cool with, but not every night. And fuck, maybe like maybe once a week if you really fuck with him, If even. Like, I would say, like, once a month, maybe. Like, you actually have to be an adult once you start making money. You have to actually go to sleep early, yeah? You have to actually get your, at least 6, man. At least, 5 to 6 hours of sleep, bro. I'm not even gonna bullshit you, because otherwise you'll be, man, you'll be fucked up. Like, you need, there's so much that you need, but it's so simple, though. I recommend everybody write down the shit that they don't like, and write down a routine as well, so that way it's actually organized and practical. Otherwise, you're just going at it and rumbling, jump. That shit's unsustainable, and you will eventually crash and burn. Every single fucking time. Every single time you will crash and fucking burn. Every time. Alright? Like, you have to maintain some sort of consistency in all of the things that you do if you actually want to achieve something. And what is that something? That's vision. Vision. 3 years ago, I had a vision of moving out. Right? Maintaining my, job, or having my own business, in my respective field, HVAC. Right? And move my girl in with me, and hopefully one day even marrying the chick. Starting my own family and teaching that child better than I feel I have, to actually to actually contribute to the future, so the future isn't completely fucked, actually make people who are gonna make life better in general. That was my vision, and it was attainable, at least on the part of just moving out. Like, solo dolo, again, everyone's their own captain, right? So the girl thing, that was up in the air. But a man needs vision, otherwise he's blind. It's as simple as that. If you're doing shit and you don't know what the fuck you're gonna be doing later down the line, what the fuck are you doing it for? You'll have that question too as you're doing it. Man, this shit sucks. Like, I need money, but you'll be left with nothing. You need to be looking towards something to motivate you to actually do the thing that you're doing. Especially if you don't fuck with it. Alright? It's very basic, but it's so easy to get sidetracked. So easy. Every thought, word, and action must line up with this vision. And that includes saving up your dough toward that, because, it's probably going to cost some money. Especially, or at least in my case. And it can be a mini vision, too. You need mini visions as well. Many, small visions. Like, small tasks, goals. Your vision is just your goal. Right? You know, and the same thing applies. Your thoughts, words, and actions. Action being the most important thing. Your thoughts and words influencing said action, right? You know, don't run in no fucking circle. That's for the lames and goofies. Alright? If you're running into the same problems over and over again, and you don't make the necessary actions to change said problems, you will crash and burn, or you'll just live in a hell of that forever. You don't want that for yourself. Well, when it comes to females, yeah, I would say be the rock for her. I would say, you know, just be strong. You know what I mean? Don't. For my problem was a lot of vice and mental illness, and just fucking off time. Fuck your friends. Spend time with her, because those friends probably aren't even friends. All right? They say, oh, bros before hoes. It's like, I don't remember a nigga ever doing anything for me, really. If I'm being honest, like, not really. Not, or at least not in the same way that I did for them. You know? Actually, a lot of it was to my detriment. Now I'm thinking about the shit that they did do for me. So, alright, think of it this way. Would you rather be... My girl is amazing. Eats my fucking soul. Oh my god. Food. Loving. Fucking. Like. Alright, I might have to cut that part out. But, you know, it's something, you know. I'm getting happy just thinking about it, but also sad as fuck. Like, I live in a hell. You know what I mean? Like, I'm laughing, but ain't shit funny. You know? Like, it... Oh my god. Don't complain about the same shit over and over. Don't never run in circles, ever. Whether that's thoughts, words, or actions. Alright? All those things should be an arrow pointed toward your vision. At all fucking times. Because those times where it's not, you're bullshitting. Instant bullshit. Alright? Instant bullshit. Yeah, you'll veer off from your vision and then run in circles like a fucking retard. Like a goofball. Alright? You don't want that for yourself. But yeah, like, you have to, alright, going back to relationships, I guess, or at least straight relationships. I don't know about, you know, other relationships. Yeah, as men, we have to be the rock, so they're gonna get upset, and they're gonna come with you with a problem. Those are two different things. If they're upset, they really just want to be comforted more than anything. Okay? Keep your composure, explain yourself, and then hold them and say everything's okay. Alright? Don't try to... If they do have a problem that they're coming to you with, don't give your advice, just listen, because they don't really want you to solve it. They just want you to listen and be there for them. And also, I got like a mental problem, apparently. You know, they say I got depression or whatever. Don't ever push them away. Love on them harder, like hold them tighter, like, you know, be like cuddle with them and shit, and, you know, yeah, have sex, like fuck and all that, you know. Commit to plans. That's what I was going back to earlier. Don't be indecisive. Commit to a plan and be punctual about the time. We're gonna leave at this time. You're leaving at that time. There's no I need a few minutes. It's a bunch of bullshit. Like, don't do it. All right. Don't be an ass. When it comes to vice, you know, I say drop all of it, but keep that shit on under lock as well. Especially in a relationship, that can fuck up things very quickly. Yeah, and try not to, always keep your composure. Composure is the most important part. Don't lose your shit. Because they do shit tests, so females will test their mate to see if they're strong. Alright? Boundaries are important too. Set boundaries right off the rip. Like, know what you stand for. And that requires you knowing yourself and what you're truly comfortable with. Don't be led on and then cast away whenever it's convenient for the other person. That's a surefire way to get hurt. Alright? It's very... That shit, I barely understand it, but I understand it better now than I did before. Always keep your composure. Do not match their energy. If they're upset, you speak to them calmly. You breathe. You look at them. You do not raise your voice. And you don't shut down either. You know? Keep your reasoning and your... keep your reasoning explanations simple. Don't run in circles. Keep it short. And then comfort them. That's it. You don't need nothing else. They're going to be happy the next day, probably. Or in a few... I don't know. They're going to be happy soon enough. Alright, they'll be back to whatever. They do that quickly. I don't get it. It's something to do with hormones. Who gives a fuck? Alright, if you love her, love her. Don't ever be thrown off your square, because when you get thrown off your square, when you lose your composure, you lose your masculine frame, apparently. It's like a psychological thing, too. And yeah, it's a bunch of YouTube bullshit. Yeah, but truly, if you can't control your emotions, then it's not really manly. Men, they remain calm and they fix whatever the fuck's the problem. But in a relationship, you might not need to fix the problem. You might just need to be there for her to feel comfortable and safe with. Alright? I don't know, it's a lot. But just to recap, fuck hanging out. Alright? Truly. Terminate your issues. If you have an issue, complain about it once if you have to. Don't complain about it again and then terminate it. Find it, literally write it down. Write it down in a fucking journal or something. Get yourself a little notebook. Get yourself a notebook. Write down all your issues that's wrong with you and how you could deal with it, right? And fully commit. Go full throttle in all that you do. Otherwise, you're also bullshitting, because who's gonna give 50% towards something and expect it to work? It doesn't make sense. Alright, fuck people. Not literally fuck them, but disregard what they have to say. Because they're the captains of their ships. Alright, so they don't get influence on how you steer your ship. Imagine if you're driving a fucking boat, right? Big ass boat. And then some dickhead comes up and says, oh, you should steer it this way. It's this is my boat. You have your own boat. And you're going to tell me how to steer? You have to have that sort of mentality. Otherwise, you're at the whims and will of people who, first of all, won't suffer the consequences of however you steer your ship. And second of all, probably don't really give a fuck. They probably don't really give a fuck about you at all. Especially if they're just a random person. Maybe if it's someone close to you, maybe it's your folks, They have the best chance of having your intentions at heart, but the world is so fucked, that might not even be true. It's really wicked out here. Alright? Okay. Yeah, benefit your own. That goes with the money. You pay yourself first. 25, 25, 50. That's what I do. You can put up your own percentages, but that goes into savings, investments. Dividend stocks is my preference, but you can do your own research on that. And then for the 16-year-olds, for now, just put 50% up into savings, because it can be kind of a bitch, using someone else to do anything. So I would say just put 50% up in a box somewhere. Also do that with your cash too. If you just got 100, right? Put a 50 in a box, and leave it there. That's the part of the discipline. Otherwise, what's the point, right? And that's your savings. That's for emergencies. If Because there's gonna look, there's gonna be a thunderstorm, many thunderstorms in your life. All right, thinking about the analogy from earlier, the captain, the ship, and the sea. Right, and you have no control over that, but you need to be prepared for it. And that money that you're saving in that box is that's, you know, that's the you know, that's like the extra armor or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. That's like the reinforced hull. You know, that's like your ship being reinforced, right? The extra dough and skills and all the shit that you build your ship up with. That dough is for that. It's not for fucking partying. It's not for, you know, I need some money. Like, fuck them, because they should have their own dough. All right. You know, especially if you're a giver like me, like if you like helping people and shit, like, man, you gotta help yourself truly. People say, oh, that's so selfish. It's like, not really, because you can't even help people if you can't help yourself at a certain point. That's where I'm at. I can't even help people the way I want to, or maintain the relationship I truly want, which is with my girl. Like, I love that girl with all my heart. I've never met anybody like her in my entire life, but for the life of me, I couldn't put down the bottle. I couldn't stop fucking up. Got in trouble with the law, depressed, like bitch made, pretty much, like just sad all the goddamn time, and just I could barely be intimate with her, you know, like it was fucking, it's the most humiliating and shameful, it's the most painful period of my life, and I've been through plenty of periods of fuckery already in my life. And it's all been my fault. Don't be like me. You know, I'm damn near borderline suicidal. I have been for a very long time. You know, and it shows up in my actions. That's why, going back, thoughts, words, and actions. All of these things have to be pointed toward what the fuck you're doing. Otherwise, you're bullshitting. You're running in circles. You're fucking off time and effort for no reason. Going nowhere fast. You know, and people say, oh, there's so much pressure, you have all the time in the world to fuck. Who are they? First of all, look at what they got going on. Alright? Yeah, well, look at what they got going on, and then tell me if you believe what the fuck they're saying. Okay? Like, don't be deluded. I was living in delusion for the past 3 years. Getting fucked up all the time, and thinking shit's cool. Like, it's not, bro. This world is dog eat dog. And cold. You see those homeless people out there? You see the Mexicans running around? Do you think they're having a good fucking time right now? No. And a lot of those people, you know, homeless people in particular, right? And it's not just Mexicans, you know, Hispanics, whatever. I'm not PC. I'm not modern. Like, I reject modernity for the most part, you know, when it comes to socialization. It's a bunch of bullshit to disintegrate our psyche and destabilize the entire American population, you know, just so they can make more money off of us. That's my opinion, right? Make us, you know, just weaker, even in our foods, but that's a different subject. Yeah, like, man, I'm rambling so much. I'm actually passionate about this. I truly am. Thoughts, words, actions, they need to line up with the vision. Whatever vision you may have, like, it could be, you know, and fuck everybody else. Like, if your vision is sound to you, you don't have the soundest mind, but you have to go for it the best you can. I don't know how to tell you to get there. Like, if you don't know what to do for work, I advise picking up a trade. Like, if you want to go to college, you can. I wanted to avoid college debt, and I was doing fine. I was doing just fine, and still felt fucked up about it. That was the mental illness and dope, you know, alcohol I was fucking around with, like, and just not fully understanding, not journaling, not writing out the problems, not fully. You have to be organized. You have to be organized, and again, thoughts, words, and actions. You have to be organized in all those. Okay, you can't just be impulsive like me. You can't just do a bunch of shit, hanging out thinking shit's cool. No. And also, fuck validation. You don't need to hear shit from anybody. All right, like fuck people. Like think of it this way: would you rather be a bitch or risk being an asshole? That's pretty much what it comes down to in a lot of situations. Like, if you truly don't feel comfortable with something, or if you know it doesn't line up with what the fuck you got going on, then don't do it. Fuck those people. I don't care if they're your own family, to be honest with you, because it has nothing to do with them. You are the captain, 16-year-old. Now, not fully yet, but you soon will be, like, way quicker than you believe. Alright? I know this is sounding crazy, but man, alright, even quicker recap. Fuck hanging out, stack your money, savings, investing, and then your pocket, right? Make sure your thoughts, words, and actions line up with your vision, okay? And remind yourself of that vision constantly. Otherwise, you might just forget. You might just start, don't allow that to happen. There's a reason you're building that money, and there's a reason you're building, that relationship. Like, you're not just doing shit just to do it. Like, actions actually do matter. Like, things actually do matter. It's just we decide which ones do and which ones don't, respectively. Like, as captains, individual captains. Like, that's a fact as well. Stay to yourself, you know what I mean? Figure out who you are, what you're about, truly. Know who the fuck you are. Alright? Who you are is who you were as a child, plus or minus, good or bad things that you've added to your ship, okay? That you have to deal with yourself, and yourself alone. Okay? No one else. Your pain is no one... I wish somebody truly told me this. Your pain is no one else's except for your own. And also, fuck sympathy. You're no Vic, you're no Mark, you're no punk, you're no bitch, you're none of that shit. And if you feel that way, it's mental, and you really got to get rid of it, because it'll fuck you over. It'll make you feel weak. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. All right. And yeah, and also keep discipline's key to all of this as well. Without discipline, you're nothing. So you have to really, really want this, and you should, because otherwise you'll be fucked up. Like, you'll be truly fucked up, and you'll be looking in the past like, damn, how the fuck did I get here? How did I let all this happen? Like, I'm fucking disgusted and sick, and I'm just disgusted with myself. I'm ashamed of myself. Like, you don't want to be like that at all, And also, we're social creatures, so mind the company that you keep. If your peers are, like, if your quote-unquote friends or whatever are a bunch of fucking, like, if they're running in circles too, and you notice that shit, and it's hard to notice it too, you think shit's cool, you're just hanging out, the fam, or you're hanging out with the bros and shit, with whoever, hanging out with the niggas, like, for the black people, like, what all that shit's goofy and fake and vapid and illusory and lame. All right, fuck, if you want to drink alone, okay? The fuck, smoke, like, the fuck out of here. Smoking in a room all day is not cool. It's not, you're just fucking up your dough and wasting time. Alright, you can hang out every now. You can do all that shit every now and then, okay? Put a time on it, once a month, okay, and then commit to it. But don't just do shit like, nah, man, fuck all of that. You are building yourself a future that you can be proud of. And when you feel down, you remind yourself of that future that you're building toward. Every single paycheck, every single hour of work, at all times. Otherwise, you risk losing yourself, and you'll go into one of those things potentially. I did, of like, damn, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, did I make the right decision? You'll start to get in your own way, because you're not building toward what you set out to build toward. And when it comes to ladies, like I don't have too much good advice. I would just say treat it with respect. Set your boundaries. Like truly set your boundaries. Like when they cross them, let them know straight up. Like this is not okay. Check yourself. Otherwise, you know, I have to walk. Like it'd be like that. If you truly love them. Also, if they say they want to go, you have to let them go. That's something I had to learn too. That's very hard. Very hard. If you actually give a fuck about them. Like, I don't know how people work. I'm a lover boy. Shit. I'm not ashamed. All these players, they just catch shit. And they don't, you know. They're just about as fake as the hoes. That's what I've realized. You know, I don't fuck with any of it, actually. And it really upsets me because it seems like everybody else does except for me. But that's okay because I'm me and they're them. Like, I honestly see a lot of people as just sheep. Like, they all repeat the same shit. I don't want to repeat the same shit. Like, I don't. Now, this is a ramble. I do that when I get passionate or intense about something. But, alright, let me calm down. See, composure. I'll show you verbally composure. You can breathe, right? You can breathe, and then you can go like this. You speak deliberately. You take pauses and you think about what exactly you want to say. All right? So, avoid dope. Stack your money, 25, 25, 50. That's me, right? But you can put whatever number. That's savings, investments, and your pocket. Okay, your savings you don't touch, and your investments you don't touch. Your pocket is used for, you know, the bills you got, and then for, you know, whatever. You know, your entertainment if you want. I'd say practice frugality. Like, don't spend as much if you don't have to, because it's kind of dumb. Like, you should keep money on you. Make sure that your thoughts, words, and actions, all of them, again, all of them, line up with your vision. Otherwise, you're bullshitting, and you'll find yourself in a circle of hell. There's a reason why there's circles. They call it Dante's Infernos. There's circles because it's looping. It's never-ending bullshit. You don't want to fall into that ever. Because it's hard to get out once you're in. And you'll barely realize when you are in a revolving loop of bullshit until it all comes crashing down. Don't be like me. Alright? Fuck hanging out. What else? Yeah, disregard people because they're not responsible for the consequences of whatever they tell you. So, fuck people. If there's advice that you hear that works with your vision, with what you believe to be true personally, because you should be your own individual being and not an extension of your folks or whatever, okay, then you can internalize it. But alright, think of thoughts and words from other people and actions as like, think of yourself, right? And think of like those as like a message or like some sort of like think of it as a potential piece of your ship, right? That another captain has sent to you, right? You have to truly look at it and go, is this good for me? Is this really good for me? Like, truly, I know I fuck with you, right? Like, you're my captain, right? I'm my captain, right? But you're a respected captain. I love and respect you as another captain, right? But is what you're giving me truly good to build up my ship? See, that might work for your ship, right? But we're two separate captains. Okay? You truly have to look at other people's thoughts, words, and actions in that manner before you... Because if you take it to heart and you attach that to your ship, you make that a part of your world, right? Now you might be fucking up and not even realizing it until now it's fucked up the whole, or you know, it fucked up the I don't know fucking parts of the ship, you know, but I'm saying it did damage to your ship, you know. Man, at this point, I'm not even recapping. I'm just going, you know, it might just fuck up the ship, you know? Like, you don't want that, so you have to be really careful. A lot of people say slick shit, intentional or not. See, also people are subconsciously fucking you over. Like, it's so nefarious. It's so fucking sick out here. And you'll know what I mean when you get out here. Young men, not just black men, young men, alright? I should start out with young men. It doesn't matter, you know. No, I'm black. Shit. I'm black and I'm proud. Still. Like, I just don't like nigga nonsense anymore. Like, I gotta stay out the hood. Stay out the way. I mean, I can't stay out the hood, but just stay out the fucking way. Like, I ain't going to fucking hood parties or nothing. Fuck a party. Fuck a club. Yeah, also that. Fuck clubs. Fuck all that shit, bro. You're just spending money. Alright? You'll wake up with fucked up pockets and be like, oh, no, dude. That's not a part of the vision. If your vision is to be a party animal and fuck up your dough and run in circles, go ahead. Like, go ahead and see where it gets you, bro. I mean, it's nowhere good, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that fucking much right now. Do it a few times, bro. If you really want to still be around, go once a month, alright? Do something that isn't often, I would say. Don't oftenly just go out and fuck up dough and party. It's dumb. It's low-key dumb. Alright? I don't know. I'm just rambling. Take everything I said here importantly. And also, I love my girl too. So, even though she's my ex now, fuck. You know, I'd be like, oh, you're simping. It's like, I actually love her, you bitch ass nigga. Like, you don't know love. Like, you don't know love. No, I truly do love her. You know, I'm laughing, but I let her down tremendously. You know why? I didn't keep my word with her. I was indecisive. I would say, let's go do this. Nah, I'm not feeling it. Nah, it's bitch made. Wasn't intimate with her toward the end because, you know, I was going through my own legal troubles and shit, you know, going crazy. Literally going crazy, just unraveling because, again, I was running in circles. That shit's not sustainable for anybody, especially when you include vice and mental illness, I guess. I don't even like talking about the mental shit, but whatever. You know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm reaping what I've sown. Okay? People who think about suicide often don't do it. You've lived your life as a bitch, presumably. Or at least in your mind, right? So, why go out like a bitch? I say make your arc that of a you know, redemption arc. Like, become something greater. Aim for something greater. Have that be your vision. That's my vision. Like, I can't, for all the so-called friends I had, you know, I'm not mad at my girl. I let her down. And I let myself down, too. And that's why she left. I didn't keep my word with her. I promised her the world, and I didn't deliver. You can't promise someone anything unless you can promise yourself something, alright? That shit hurts, man. Deeply. That shit hurts me deeply. Don't be like me. Don't be like me at all. Unless it's like the positive traits. I don't know. No one knows me well enough to know that, but whatever. Listen to what I'm saying now and actually enforce it. Actually do it. Like now. Like right now. Fuck, if you wait on it, you'll be fucked. Like, if you wait on it, you will be fucked. Like, you'll never do it, alright? It's The Power of Now. It's a book I gotta get. I don't know about that book. But I don't know. I'm trying to be funny with it a little bit. Sad. But all of this is serious, okay? And fuck what anyone else has to say. Like, literally, know who the fuck you are. Know who you want to be. Alright, know who you are, right? Write down all the good and the bad. Objectively, as objective as you can. And for the bad, write what you can do to fix it. Alright? And also, if you got mental illness, I would advise you don't to pick up vices. Like, you can if you want, but trust and believe it'll be way easier for you to have that be a crutch for you. And I'll fuck you over too. Alright? Yeah, man. And also just stay oh yeah, don't speed. Don't drink and drive either. Like, I'm not naive, and I'm not your parents. If you're gonna drink and drive the limit. No speeding. Fuck, don't even speed sober. Like, not like crazy speeding. Like, you can speed sober, but just know the consequence of that is probably a big ass ticket, and you have to go to court and listen to some, bitch, like, you have to listen to some bitch tell you, you have to keep going back to court for months on end, damn near for a year, actually, like, dealing with that shit. All right, you don't want the humiliation. Your friends won't fuck with you. Your girl will leave you, most likely. Like, it's just bad. Don't be a fucking loser, and don't think you're a loser either. Again, right? Thoughts, words, actions. This is essential for every single fucking captain out there, and that's everybody. I'm speaking to the young men here in particular, okay? Thoughts, words, actions. They should all be aiming toward your vision. If they are not, it is bullshit and might very well trap you. You might be running in circles with your bullshit until it all comes crashing down. And then your vision, all your setup, because your thoughts, words, and actions like this, your setup is your ship, like it's your life, right? That's your setup. Your life will fall apart while you're running around in circles with this bullshit, and your vision will be very, very much less attainable because of it. Because you spent all that time, all those thoughts, all those words, and all those actions, right? Your words might have been toward your vision, right? But your thoughts, they weren't on that. They were on fucking off and partying and hanging out instead of being with you. I'm projecting heavy, but like, whatever it may be, if it's not lining up with that, like, if you write it down and then you write down your vision and then, like, it's not lining up, you're fucking up. That's literal bullshit. I don't give a fuck what justification you have. All right. How are you gonna? All right. You got work tomorrow. Why are you at a club? That fucking, you know what I mean? You got work tomorrow. Why are you at the bar? You can't have a beer at home? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I know it's alcohol, but just hanging out in general, like, if you're, I say vice because vice is so important. Like, you really should be careful with it, especially if you got fucked up family history, Maintain your focus out there, young men. The world's far more treacherous than even your parents have stated, like, truly. You can be giving to people, but just make sure you're stacking and not touching what you've stacked at all, like, at all. Otherwise it defeats its own purpose. You'll be running in loops quickly with your dough. You don't want that either. You don't want to be running in loops, circles with anything in your life. Your life should be an arrow toward your vision. Nothing else. I can't tell you what your vision is. I would hope that involves having some sort of income for yourself. Some sort of, as men, we have to have that. Okay? I don't know who doesn't. Like, apparently that's cool in some places. It's not cool where I'm from. Like, we get fucked over. Like, we get fucked over if we don't got that. We get the street. We get homelessness. We get, it's just not good. Alright? Yeah. I don't know how to end this shit. Fuck hanging out. Alright, another recap. The final recap. Composure. Our frame. Breathe a little bit, right? I would say duck drugs, like avoid vice, including alcohol. If you already have it, consider giving it up. Consider what's taken from you already. Consider what's taken from many. Like, I don't know. No, that's your decision, but I say that's all bad anyway, because it fucks up your dough and your mind a little bit. Not a little bit. Shit, depends on how much you do it, but it might fuck it up a lot. Especially if you're young, you know? Yeah, so, duck vice. Keep life simple, you know? Yeah, keep life simple. Save yourself. I say save your soul. Do both, right? Like, look after yourself, because you can't help or be functional or really be satisfied with yourself otherwise. Disregard other people's opinions. Not necessarily, but I would say don't immediately take on other people's advice and opinions. Like, truly dissect and observe whatever they're trying to give to you for your ship, all right? Because it's your ship, not theirs. You know, it's yours. So you decide whether or not you want to take that on. Build towards vision, thoughts, words, and actions at all times. Otherwise, you run into bullshit. Be anti-bullshit, anti-confusion. Keep your mind on your business. Like, you know, keep it business. Especially, you know, keep it. If you're working, you're working. You know what I mean? Like, keep it simple, bro. Keep people away, you know what I mean? A lot of the time, like, you have to isolate at times and be to yourself. You can't always be hanging out. You won't know who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? That goes in, no validation, right? No need for validation. Men don't need validation to work. Like, if they did, then they wouldn't work, because they don't get validation. Like, this world is not going to offer you validations for, that's like the school system. Everyone's validated for, you know, their grades and shit, at least in my case, right? I was like a professional, I was a human grade printer, you know, so, you know, I get validated for it. That's kind of a trap. In the world, you don't get validation. Like, you can, but it can be used against you very easily, because those who seek validation get used, like, you know, just because they seek validation. Yeah, keep to yourself. Like, know why you're doing something and what you're in it for at all times. Otherwise, you might forget and might get very confused, and then the bullshit starts. It never ceases. It never ceases. Like, it'll always occur. In that, not exactly in that order, but in somewhat, you know, somewhat like that. Maintain your ship. Maintain the captain, yourself. What does that mean? Make sure you're right. If your mind's fucked up, you know, you gotta really, I don't know what you gotta do. Like, I'm still figuring that out. Well, what I did was write this list, you know. I call it religion, but it's really just like it's like a guide for yourself. The shit that you don't like about yourself, the things that you do, and for the shit that you don't, truly write down what you need to do in order to adjust for that part. That's the only way, because otherwise your mind is way more, I don't even know the word. It's just trickier than you think. So you might just think something, but until you write it down and see it, you perceive it differently. Okay, so I advise people write things down. Like, actually keep a journal on you. You know, get back into writing and then see how it looks, because you need to go back and see where your thoughts are at and be like, damn, like, fuck, man, I'm going crazy. Like, you need to know that, otherwise you might never know. One day you might just snap on somebody, and even you'll be like, fuck, like, why'd I do that? Like, I shouldn't have beat his ass. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to get there. It's very easy to get there in this world, trust me, especially when you add in the vices and shit. Like, it's very wicked. Very wicked. It gets dark. Alright. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. Ooh, one more note on mental illness. Refocus on your vision. write down the same thing I just said. Just keep doing that. Like, keep writing down that vision. Believe in that vision. That's your hope right there. You have to get there. There's no other option. I know you're tired. I know you're hurt. I know you're bitch cheated, like, or whatever's going, like, whatever. I know your uncle just got fucking shot in the head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's fucked up out there. I got a lot of dead people in my life. I think I said that already, but yeah, that shit weighs on you. You know what I mean? Especially for the people who kill themselves. And you said this is the part about keeping your word, and things matter. Keeping your word matters. For the people who killed themselves, and you told them, oh, we'll hang out, and then you never hang out, and then they end up dead, and you think, damn, could I have saved them? Like, shit like that eats your soul. It eats your soul, And people are like, oh, he's a bitch, he's getting emotional. It's like, nah, man, things matter. Lives matter. I get very cold and I get very, like, borderline demonic. Not really care about human life and shit, or anybody or anything. In those moments, we really gotta be careful, because things truly do matter. I'm ready to crash out when I get like that and get myself into a lot of trouble and fuck up a lot of things. Don't get there, ever. If you feel like you're getting there, you need to isolate yourself and write. Some people work out. I work out, but I gotta get consistent in it. I'm not like overweight or nothing. Like, I'm pretty good, I want to get stronger anyway. But yeah, my point is, man, it's just like, really, really organize your life. In other words, organize your ship. That way, for a certainty that you can get to your vision. Your vision is the island, I guess, in that metaphor, in that analogy. But you can't. Oh, also, once you get to that vision, don't stay stagnant. See, I had a vision to get a car, right? And I got there, but then my vision to move out, and the girl that, like, somewhere I veered off hard into just like bullshitting. Wasn't getting anywhere, and then complaining about it. Mental illness, that's just mental. I'm not dumb, I'm not retarded by any means. Like, I understand now fully, like, where I went wrong. Hindsight's always 20/20, but damn, bro, it's so easy to get distracted out here. There's so many pitfalls. The country is designed that way. You ever notice that? There's so many distractions out here from what's actually real, and it's set up to be that way, and it's so nefarious because it can be your very own people that send you off without even meaning to. And it sounds like I'm not taking take accountability as a man. I'm not saying they sent me off. I'm saying that it was so easy to be sent off with them, just by being around and just by, like, wanting to fit in and be cool. I know peer pressure, but I didn't know just how bad it gets. Like, you really feel like, fuck, man, like, nah, this is cool. Like, we're just chilling, we're just smoking, and we're getting fucked up. Like all that shit's cool when you're a teenager, but bro, once you start making that real fucking money, like what Mitch and Painful, did you play this lose me fucking money? It's fucking dead. Nah. Don't get like that either. That's why you stack too, see? Even in Paid in... Alright, if you guys don't watch movies, watch the movie Paid in Full and you'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. He didn't, like, they were all partying and shit and spending their money on cars and shit instead of moving out of the hood and then coming back in the hood. You know what I mean? That's that nigga mentality that I'm way better than and still fell into, damn near. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's sick. I'm speaking to the black people, the black men in particular. Alright, it's sick. And we all know this shit, but we got family, we got friends, we got, like, you know what I mean? It's not cool to hang out all the time. Like, it's just not. I had to learn that shit the hard way. Like, I really should have not been fucking around at all, really. You know? Look where it's gotten me. It's got me worse off than 3 years ago. Like, it's insane. I've been running in circles. Didn't fucking get anywhere. Even though I worked hard as fuck. And even when I listened to my own advice, I wasn't even listening to, a certain part of my family. They were calling me retarded. They were calling me, your wires are crossed. Oh, why didn't you go to college? It's like, because it was during COVID and shit, too. Everything seemed like it was falling apart. You know, everyone's fucked up. Got me sitting here looking at some bitch talk to me through a screen. You know what I mean? Then she's not a bitch, but I'm just saying, you know, like, she was a bitch. Like, I didn't like her. You know who you are. You know who you are. No, like, she's gonna listen to this shit. If she does, fuck you, bitch. How about that? But nah. I'm laughing, but nothing's funny, bro. Like, I haven't laughed in a while anyway. I make myself laugh when I want to. But now I wear a mean mug most of the days because I think about the past, man, and it's sad. It's sad because none of this shit had to happen. And I would give my soul to go back 3 years, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would be a straight up demon just to go back in time 3 years. Like, I would... No, I wouldn't. Maybe I would. I don't really believe in the afterlife. I feel like, you know how when you sleep, I feel like it's just how when you sleep, when you die, you know? And you just never wake up again. But your atoms are shifted around, so parts of you are technically a part of other things, you know? That's what I believe. I think it's like sleeping. I would hope so. I wouldn't want a heaven or a hell, because what the fuck does that mean, you know? Like, it doesn't even we can't even comprehend it as humans. Yeah, this is just a ramble now. But please listen to what I'm saying. This is funny, but it's very fucking serious. Like, I know you guys hear this all the time, but it gets so wicked so fast. And as you grow older, time goes by faster. That's actually a phenomenon. So you feel like, damn, I can't wait until yeah, bro, as soon as you get there, go to work. Like, if you're not stacking, you're fucking up. I'm telling you right now. You're running in circles. Bullshit. Crash. Hell. Lower. And everyone's just going to be looking at you and talking behind your back as you're going through it. They're not going to help you. They're just going to laugh at you. Or say, oh, you know, because they're sheep, you know? They're just people. They're not the captain of your ship. You are. See? They don't give a fuck about you. They're too busy being on their ship. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, B? Fuck, like, come on, B. You gotta wake up. You know what I mean? Yeah, organization. Just start in your room, like fuck Jordan Peterson or some shit, Kermit. You know, start in your room. And journal. You gotta write out what you want. Start small. Look, some of you guys are so fucked up, you can't even imagine moving out. Okay, don't then yet, alright? Just think about what you can control. Literally, like your room, your space. You need dough. Like, go get a job, even if it's part-time. You know what I mean? Try for everything. Fuck anxiety and depression. We're men, goddammit. Yeah, we're fucked up in the head, but we're not gonna let that, we're not gonna be bitches for the rest of our lives. Alright? We have to stand on that firmly. Okay, firmly. Like, we have to grab our nuts. The society wants us to be a bunch of emasculated, like, we're not, oh my god. I know this all too well, too. I wrote a poem that said emasculate. I wrote it to a girl, too. I'm fucking embarrassing. Like, I didn't even fully understand the word. I thought it was like, you bring out the, I thought it was like, you bring out the man in me, but I don't even know. That's the scary part. I don't know. I was just fucked up in the head. I hope she burned that shit. I really do hope she burned it. No, I don't give a fuck. What was that, the 7th grade or something? was gonna call myself a gay slur. I don't want to get it copyrighted. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I do. I'm trying to make it funny, but I'm also trying to be serious. All this shit matters. Alright, let me actually be serious. Like, I was making jokes just to make it entertaining, but man, it's wicked out here. Don't get caught up. Fuck friends, actually. Like, you'll know who your friends are if they stick with you through thick and thin and don't judge you and actually give a fuck about you. If they start to say shit like, I never really thought you was a friend, you're more of a peer, you're like, alright, B, well, I salute. And hang up on their bitch asses, bro. Because they were never friends then. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you wasting time for? What are we talking to each other for? I'm fucked up, alright? You know? And don't bother people either. They'll just treat you like a bitch too. Like, don't fuck people. People don't care about you. Fuck them. You're all alone. I care about you. Like, I actually give a fuck about people, but other people don't. You know what I mean? Like, people are weird. I don't get people. Maybe I am autistic or something. I don't think I am, but I'm borderline something, you know? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I never did, I don't think. Now this fucking vape. See, I've been smoking cigarettes since like 16. So, think about all the money I spent. Like, just, bro, there's gotta be thousands at this point. Fucking ridiculous. Imagine if I was just clean. I would've had so much money already tucked away. But I don't know, no excuses, guy. Go out and get it. You can get it. For all the young men, I don't care what situation you're in. I went to the loony bin, alright? Like, in the 8th grade, I tried killing myself multiple times, alright? You know, I'm fucked up, and I tried hard, and I couldn't escape myself, or at least the weakness, and until I lost everything again, and finally figured, like, man, am I gonna die like a bitch, or am I gonna, like, you know, or am I gonna turn this shit around and actually be something, and pretty much tell everyone to go fuck themselves, and, you know, prove everyone wrong. I love proving people wrong, especially those who slighted me. And also, yeah, they think they're better. What? They think they're better than me. I get wicked, man, because I need it. I feel like men do need competition, you know? And that's me. Like, if you're like, nah, fuck that. Nah, look at this. Like, what happened to that? Like, nah, man, that ain't shit. Look at this right here. You know, I just put in a new stereo, right? If I still had friends, you know, I had a buddy of mine or whatever, he probably would have been fucking with it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, nah, you ain't got nothing on this, B. No. You ain't got nothing on this, bro. Listen to this, right? You know, that shit's cool because then it's like, you know, you're both, it's another driving factor. You know? I feel like society's eliminated that as well. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. At this point, I'm just rambling. Alright, for like the fucking third, fourth time, I'll wrap it up. Keep it simple. Terminate your issues. Like, you know, if you have any problems, if you're complaining about something, write it down and figure out how to deal with it. If you can't find a solution that you can actually do, guy, leave it the fuck alone. You will run in circles and drive yourself crazy. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different is insane. Like, you'll actually go insane. I went crazy. Shit, I still am crazy. I just keep it under wraps better. Alright? Like, waking up and thinking about having a flash of a gun in your, like a gun in your mouth or something, or like a gun to your head is not cool. Like, just thinking about dying every day is not cool. You know? It really isn't. Can you just, like, bro, as soon as I wake up, be like, fuck, I'm alive. Like, The nightmare is real. Fuck, I'm thinking like sometimes it gets so sick. Sometimes I think it's still 2022, and I wake up and I'm like, fuck, that wasn't a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like it's so wicked. I live in a hell of my own making. I can't be mad at anyone except for myself. You know, I love that girl with all my heart. And I still failed her. Like, I didn't keep my composure. I didn't keep my word. I wasn't decisive. I didn't lead properly. You know? Like, I was barely intimate with her. Like, toward the end. Like, I was just so fucked up in my own head. Try not to be in your own head. I say when you're in your own head, focus really hard. Like, really fucking hard on the present. Especially if you got a girl. Put all your attention on her. She wants it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, fully commit. Put the phone down. Put the games down. Don't play the game with her around. They don't like that. You should be with it. Like, you should be, you know, involved with it in various ways. You know, and they crave that. Yeah, like, I fucking hate myself. I hate myself. Like, I truly do. I truly do hate myself because none of this shit should happen. And I had the capability to change it. It's just like I was so stuck. I was so stuck in my mind. Like, I couldn't see how to somehow. Like, it's hard to explain. It just felt like I was not even doing the right thing. Because toward the end of my career, my 3-year career, toward the end of my job, I was hit with depression, like, for 3 days straight. Like, not a single moment was of happiness at all. Like, it was all dread. The thing is, leading up to that, all I was doing was drinking, but I wasn't eating, barely sleeping, just falling apart. Like, the physical, your health is very important. That becomes before everything else. See, I thought I was a machine. Like, I can just keep going and just, fuck food. I'll eat later. Like, hey, give me that fifth. You know what I mean? Like, that was literally my mentality. Like, get the fuck out of here. Give me that fucking whiskey. Like, stop bullshitting me. You know what I mean? Like, I was sick. Like, I was drinking heavy. Like, heavy. For no reason, getting sick and shit. Like, drinking so heavy, I had to go to the doctor, and he's like, bro, like, why the fuck are your tonsils inflamed? You're dehydrated. Like, I'm like, I don't know, doc. What the fuck you want from me? You know what I mean? Like, I was just going, because I didn't understand how bad I was. I was around a bunch of people who truly didn't give a fuck about me. Oh, man, I wonder if that's how my girl felt, too. I picked up so many bad traits. You know, it's not my fault. No, it was my fault, but I didn't even realize that I was picking up a bunch of nigga nonsense. Or not even nigga nonsense. Yeah, that too. But also just incompetence. Being a fucking loser. Okay, my girl was more stable than me, I had to realize after it was all said and done. And she struggles with her own, mental... You know, she also had mental issues as well. You know what? Like, I have to fall apart. Like, I hate myself. I low-key want to die, like, every day. All I have for a while, but it's been the strongest, like, recently, than ever before. But I refuse to go out like a bitch. I've lived my whole life disappointingly, to my own standards. You understand? So, I can't live this way at all anymore. I haven't drank in a while. I can't drink now because I just get violent. Last time I drank, I broke a lot of shit. And, even before that, I almost killed somebody very close to me. Like, I was choking them out and shit, apparently. Like, it got really bad, Not all right. That I don't want to get in more legal trouble. I didn't choke anybody out. Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke, actually. For the record, that truly was a joke. Or was it? Anyway, things just weren't good. Looking at me, I have a very bad relationship with each other. I think I might have to truly put the bottle down. I might drink on special occasions. Today's New Year's Eve, but I don't know. I can't drink, especially when I'm upset or in a fucked up state in my life. It never helps. Maybe if I'm in a good state, I'll drink, but even then I have to like one and done it, or maybe two and done it. Shit, I'm still an alkie. Don't be like me. All right, look, let's listen to what I said, right? And do the fucking opposite. Like, not the good part. The part I told you to do. Think about what I told you, and then like all the pitfalls. Pitfalls: hanging out too much, doing too much dope and smoking and drinking all the fucking time, every day. No, that's no. Who the fuck do you know that's actually worth something who does that shit? Nobody. Okay, unless it's some Wolf of Wall Street motherfucker. Like, okay, and that's 1%. All right, so you don't know them. Like, you don't even think about them. All right. Yeah, just being in the hood in general. Like, stay the fuck out the way. Those are the big pitfalls that I know. Not knowing yourself is a big pitfall as well, because that means you don't stand for anything and you'll fall for anything. So you don't know who you are, so you don't know what your boundaries are. Set boundaries for yourself. Not for others, but for yourself, to keep yourself protected. Alright? Don't let anybody cross them either. If they do, to make them aware. And if they still want to push, they're like, alright, fuck you then. And walk away from them. Get away from them. And if they want to get tough and shit, you know, you might have to smack the shit out of them. I don't know what you're gonna do. Fuck, I would advise the first part, though. Just get the fuck out of here. Walk off. Like you got time to be around a fucking loser anyway. Dude's a bitch. Like, you don't listen to bitches. You don't. Alright? You listen to you. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, also don't get your mind right too, your thoughts. Because that's where it starts. Don't feel like a loser. You're not a loser. You're not a loser. You felt like a loser because the way you grew up, maybe. I know I do. But you're not, though. You're actually, you know, you have potential and you're capable. Potential is not everything. It's actually less so, but I'm saying you can push yourself toward whatever your vision is if you truly want it. That's always been true. You just have to think about your lifestyle and what you're willing to add or subtract from your ship. Keep things simple, bro. Before you make shit so complex that you overthink yourself out of good things, which is what I do as well all the time. I can't do it anymore. Overthinking, you'll also run in circles. You'll just keep thinking over and over and over in circles. That's another hell. Avoid hell. That's what I'm gonna call this. Avoid hell. For the young men out there, avoid hell. You know? But, you know, if you still have joy in your life, if you're still happy in your life, I'm not at the moment. You know, I can only be happy unless I'm only happy when I achieve something, or when I'm with, or when I was with my ex. Truly, like, all this other shit was vapid and just distractions. I know true happiness from distraction. That's interesting too. People mistake distraction from happiness. Nah, two separate things. Like, they're two separate things. Yeah, but fuck it. Hey, yeah, this is a message for all the young men. I don't know who's listening to this, but it would be funny if I had some people listen to this shit. You know, yeah, stay out the fucking way. Stay to yourself. If you got a girl, stay with her. love on her. She wants, look, when she says, oh, but baby, fuck, like, come over, like, go over there, bro. The fuck? Unless you're busy with your own vision. That's the only time you don't, right? Yeah, if she wants to, like, do something, like, whatever. Focus on you, bro. Fuck everyone else, because everyone else is focused on them. They don't give a fuck about you, even if they say they do. Alright? So, hang in there, young man. It's okay. I'm going through a lot. But I refuse to stay here. I gotta figure something out. I got legal issues, so it's hard to get back into my field at the moment. Or at least that's the idea. I overthought my way out of that too. Again, I had re-entry, but it's just a lot. Bad timing. Really poor fucking timing. I'll try again though and say fuck it. I can't just not try. Ooh, don't not try. You either do it or you don't. There is no trying. Jedi. Yeah, that is true. Because if you're trying, you're bullshitting. You either do or you don't. Like, keep it simple for yourself, guy. Happy New Year's. Alright? Hopefully 2026 is better for all of you. I don't know what your situations are. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I know I ain't doing too fucking cool over here. No, but hey, look. No complaining. Alright? Like, it is what it is. Like, either I'm gonna change and get better and make my life better than it was 3 years ago, or equal to or better than it was 3 years ago, and do the right things, or I'm gonna fucking die. Like a gun in my mouth. Like a fucking... I'm gonna play Russian roulette. I know people doing that right now. Actually, it's kind of funny. My world is fucked, bro. Of course you didn't want to stay with you fucking psychopath. Like, look at you. Look at you. Look at what you become. I've become the thing I hate. And that's what I hate the most, too. That's a fate worse than death. If you stay there. I gotta crawl myself out of the hell I've created. Don't fall into a hell of your own creation. If you're running in circles, you're fucking up. If you're running in circles and bullshitting, you're fucking up. If your dough looks the same after a month, like especially if you're young, because I don't know what your situations are, but if it's not going up, if your thoughts, words, and actions aren't going up, right? If they're going in loops, then you're fucking up, guy. I don't care what it is. You're thinking about the same shit. If your words are the exact same, and these are negative. Like, it's kind of hard to help myself. I got negative thoughts and shit, but I don't know. Just keep it pushing, all right? You have to. Think about a vision worthwhile. Otherwise, you're bullshitting too, because your vision's bullshit. And you're not even working towards something. Like, you're just doing shit to do it. That's also a hell, because you're just running in loop with no end goal. What type of shit is that? That's a lot of people. I'm saying don't be those people. Fuck people. Alright? And also treat people well, though. Treat people nice, fairly. With composure. Don't be fucking frantic. Don't be in a panic. There's no gun to your head, even though you can feel like it sometimes. You might fuck up. Okay, you're human. Get it back in blood. Shit, 10 times over. And don't let shit throw you off. Fuck people. Fuck what they got to say. And if you make a mistake that throws you off, or if something goes wrong, remain your best to be unbothered. But like, fuck. Like, I crashed my car twice during this winter, thinking about my ex. One time in a ditch. Fuck. Another time over the median. Fuck. Like, both times I thought I was about to get into an accident. I'm like, god damn it. And I can't afford an accident right now. Like, Like, literally. Like, I'm probably going to jail. Like, or whatever. Not even jail, but, you know, my license revoked or whatever, right? Like, bro, it's a lot. Look, life is treacherous as it is. The sea is treacherous and unforgiving and uncaring as it is. Don't make your ship made out of fucking, what's that cheap wood? The fucking wood they use for model airplanes and shit. I forget. Don't make your ship built out of that. Don't make it built out of fucking twigs. Because no one cares. No one cares! You know who should care? You! Alright. Alright. I had to bring some levity to this. I am serious. But I just wanted to add a few laughs in there, because I haven't laughed in a while. You know, love to you all. You guys are strong. Even when you think you're not. You're no bitches. I don't talk to bitches. Fuck. And if you're a bitch and you pick this up, you probably fucking put it down already. So, I'm super aggressive for no reason at all. I don't even act like this. Like, not anymore. I used to act like this, but I can't even muster up. I can't even act like this anymore. I act like a sullen asshole most of the day, just to protect myself. I don't need people, because you have to watch how you act around people, because they'll know how to treat you based on how you act. Or they'll think they know. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Happy New Year, young man. Please don't run in circles. It's very easy, and it'll be the people you love the most that you're running in circles with. Don't do it, B. Don't do it. Your dough is yours. You pay yourself first. Alright? Be frugal. Watch the vices, the dope, the alcohol, the whatever. Be wary of the things that people are trying to put or take away from your ship. You choose. You're the captain. Yeah, make sure your thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment with your vision. And make sure you get that fucking vision. And once you get to that island, the vision is the island, right? No Epstein. This ain't about fucking kids. Alright? But once you get to that vision, you need to set a greater vision. And you need to keep achieving, because you don't want to... If you stay on that vision, too, you'll just be running circles there. See, I got this car. I never had my own car, right? I'm so proud of it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I didn't even utilize it well. I was supposed to be taking my girl out on trips, and all these things I promised never did, because I was so confused and conflicted within myself. How am I not taking her on a trip? I'm hanging out in the hood. Like, it doesn't make sense. It has to make sense, and that's why it's important to write it down, because our minds are not as... They're not what we think. Our minds are not what we think they are. Like, in our subconscious are a lot of, like, nefarious, evil things lurking that'll fuck us up if we allow it to fester, or if we don't take note of it. That's what we write. It's a different way of viewing our minds. Alright? Yeah, but Happy New Year. Stay strong. Hold on to your nuts. Hold on to... Find yourself. Find yourself before you lose yourself, alright? Keep your boundaries. Fuck people. Those friends ain't no fucking friends. They might be associates or peers, but, be careful with them. If you got a girl, love on her, alright? Keep your boundaries with her, too. Don't let her walk over you. Don't be no doormat for nobody, alright? I'm proud of you. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you because you're still here. You didn't give up. And if you did give up, get the fuck back up, alright? Because I gave up too, god damn it. And I hate myself for it. I live in regret and shame every day. That sounds dramatic, but I'm trying to bring levity to it. But don't make it hell for yourself. Like, I literally can't breathe the same anymore. Like, I can't even get into that shit. Like, it's just fucked up, Man, it's wicked out here. Way more wicked than your parents told you. Trust and believe. If you even had parents, see? Like, it's just bad all around. Alright? But fuck it. If you listen to this, I appreciate you, but take it easy. Alright? And stay out of trouble too. Fuck 12. Like truly fuck 12. They're glorified revenue agents. You know what I mean? I just gotta look out for you so I don't get a ticket or just get hassled. Fuck you, pretty much damage control. Are they ever there during a rape or a murder? They're usually there after, no? What type of shit is that? I don't know. It's not like they actually prevent anything. They usually just come up and send somebody to jail. They don't actually help the people. You know what I mean? They don't help the families. They help them find the killer, I guess, and that's it. They don't help them financially or anything, from what I can tell. I don't know. It's fucked up all around. Also, nothing is sacred in this world. Ooh, that's a new one too. The idealized world you have, you'll truly become a cynic, like me. I'm not a cynic, but I'm not a cynic. I'm definitely not a goofy anymore. I don't really take bullshit anymore. I can't afford it, literally. So, watch your own delusions as well. You might. I was big man, top of the world. I'm still going. Just watch yourself, all right? Listen to what I'm saying. If you're gonna take one thing away from this fucking psychotic rant, I would say journal. I would say write down all the things that you don't like about yourself, and then write down solutions, and fully commit to them. Otherwise, you'll just be running in circles. That's the most important part. Do not run in circles. If you find yourself saying and thinking the same shit and you don't fuck with it, bro, you are creating a hell. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. Please listen. If you do the same shit over and over and expect something different, you will go insane. There is no other way. Okay? And then your actions will start looking very bad. You won't even understand why. It gets scary. Alright? So, bro, keep that shit in check. Journal. Write down the shit you don't like about yourself. Look for, solutions, and then fully commit. Write expressions. I write an acronym, so keep it simple. KIS. Save yourself. SYS. Shit like that. Repeat that shit to yourself whenever you get, whenever your mind gets fucked up. You know what I mean? Do shit like that. You gotta do something. Alright, you can't just sit there and feel awful like me. I can't even do it anymore. I'd rather sleep or work out or something and get ready for the next day. Organization of thought. That's what a journal is for. Okay? Most important thing, don't run in circles. No circles. Alright, love.